Okay, let's see if we have a picture yet. Yep, we do. All right, there we go. Yeah, you kicked butt in that six boxer. That was unbelievable. Both cracked ice and two autos. You know, had you picked Cameroon with the instead of Aussie, Chris, you would have had three autos in two because it turned out to be England two auto and cracked ice, USA auto and cracked ice, and yeah. So anyway, guys, here we are, case break number 15. We're gonna have a bunch of people watching later, so I'm gonna put the tape of the whole thing up, including this random and everything. So let's get going. We're going to do this random 5 times, and this is going to determine the draft order. We have Dave. He has 2 spots. Chris Bird, Chris Traska, Rick. Well, Rick is with us in the room too. Sarah, Jesus, and Man. So we've got Dave's not here, Sarah's not here, and Jesus is not here. They all sent me lists, so I'm going to be drafting off of their lists. And then, anyway, here we go. Let's do the random. Good luck, guys. 5 times. This will determine the draft order. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth and final. Good luck. 5. Whoa! Rick W. ended up right on the top. Damn, Chris. I don't know what it is about you and that's. You could have used that 8 spot yesterday, but. Yeah, Dave cleaned up there with the 2 and 3 spots. All right, let's. Well, Rick, while I set this up, you may want to give some thought as to who is your first choice, and then because you got the first pick. In your first case break, you get the first pick. So first draft case break. Oh, the 2 newcomers clean up the top 3 spots. So actually, the 3 newcomers cleaned up the top 4 spots. Look at that. All the regulars are down at the bottom. What's up with that? Dang. What are the odds of that? Yeah, Sarah, the 2 Chris's, and Mon are all on the bottom end of the table here. I gotta change that. Maybe, you know what I think, Chris? I think it's this 5 times thing. I've got to change it. Because every time I do 5 times, you're like 7 or 8. So maybe I need to change it to like 10 times or 7 times or something. Yeah, that's what, you know. Actually, you know what? I think I may start just randoming the random. So like do the dice thing to start. And then, you know, take it from there. But anyway, let me see where else I also had a. All right, so Rick, you are up with the very first pick. Portugal it is. Okay, so that means now I gotta go to my handy dandy. All right, give me a second, guys. I just had this. I've got so many lists that I open and screw this up. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Okay. There it is. Okay, I got his list now. All right. There's that. Now I've got to go to a different list. Oh, now I got two more. Geez, and Sarah's off a list too. All right. Jesus, who does he have in the number? Whoa! Are you kidding me? Well, you guys will be happy about this. That's who he has in the number 4 spot. Well, you never know. I guess that is who he likes. A little bit different, but he had Columbia 4th. All right, so now I gotta switch to Sarah.
Hello.
Oh, Sarah will be happy because
Center Medical Plaza, calling to remind Chloe of an appointment on Tuesday, August 26th. Check-in time for the appointment is 10:15 a.m. Please bring your most current insurance card, immunization record, any form relevant to your visit, and be prepared to pay your copay. If you need to reschedule or cancel this appointment,
all right, Chris Bird, you are up.
426-7910 during business hours. Hello, this is Children's Primary Care Medical Group, Center Medical Plaza, calling to remind Chloe of an appointment on Tuesday, August 26th. Check-in time for the appointment is 10:15. Your most current insurance card, immunization record, any form relevant.
All right, so Chris Bird is up now with the number 6 spot.
Schedule or cancel this appointment. Please call 619-426-7910 during business hours.
Oops, sorry, my bad. Chris Bird, did you pick yet? Oh, you're torn. Okay, no problem. Yeah, you thought you weren't going to have a choice. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I kind of like the 7 spot right now for this draft. No problem. Because the 7 spot is going to have a nice, juicy 2 picks. Yeah, I like that 7 spot. As opposed to average, regular, garden variety broke. Super broke. That's pretty damn broke. I announced it like 3-4 days ago, and it sold out in like 2-3 hours. It was in one of those eBay breaks. I think I put and I'm gonna do a case break on Friday. I'm thinking of doing it, and I got like 6 emails in like 2 hours, and Dave wanted 2 spots, so. Dang, what are you doing, like a calculus formula there, Chris, or what? The derivative of Netherlands times... Really? Wow. That's who you want, huh? I like the 8 pick. Chris, will you give me your 8 pick there? I'll gladly take over this draft in the 8 pick. This has been a crazy draft. I bet you didn't think you'd get your country down in the 8 slot. You know, Chris has been loyal to England. You know, I guess really England isn't that far off from, you know. And England's been good to Chris lately. So now, are you going to be patriotic or are you going to go for the bigger names? Well, either way, I like the 7 and 8 slots a lot here because either way you're going to get 2 real solid teams. Spain it is. I guess I kind of think I know who Man's going to take. Or maybe not. I don't know. This has been a crazy draft, so anything can happen Friday. You're tired of hitting Donovans? Yeah. All right. Well, you know, you can mix it up, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Chris will end up with the same pair as he had last night, so there's 2 other good alternatives to the US. So I presume you're deciding between the USA, Mexico, and Uruguay are the 3 doubles left. So yeah, I couldn't pass up the USA in this slot myself, but I guess you'll hit some more Donovans. Mexico. All right, let me go to Sarah's handy dandy list. Sarah has Uruguay. All right, now I need to go to Jesus's list. And he has France. Okay, now I need to go to Dave's list. Okay, and he has Belgium. And who's next on his list? France is gone. Ivory Coast. So the 2 auto teams left Rick. You get one choice here, and then it goes back down to here. You get either Cameroon or Chile. Okay, so you get Chile, and we go back down here, and we got Cameroon. All right, Mon, you're up. Yeah, you really don't. You know, that's kind of the only decision is always whether to take Spain or USA. That seems to be the only decision, really, for me. I'll tell you, yesterday, you cleaned up with the 8.
Garage door.
Oh. Alex is gone, right? Are you leaving too? No. Are you leaving? Or no?
I'm just arriving.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't here.
Let's see, who did Mon take? Switzerland. Okay, sorry. My bad. Switzerland. Okay, and then, well, I know who he wants. This isn't going to be take very long. Australia it is, and now we go to Sarah's list. It's going to be a pretty fast draft because I have so many people on lists. Sarah's list. Make sure I got the right list. I'm looking at 3 different lists. Where'd she go? Sarah, there it is. Okay. Alright, so hers is Japan. Okay, now let's go to Jesus's list. Alright. Jesus. That who's up? Jesus is up. Uruguay. Okay, so it is Costa Rica. Right, and then Dave has 2. Go over to Dave's list.
Front door.
This is Dave. Okay, Dave has Ghana, and Dave has Croatia. Okay, now Rick, you have 2 picks now. So next 2 picks are yours. And if you need to know who's left, let me know and I can read you the list if you're not keeping track. Just in case you're listening, Algeria, Bosnia, Ecuador, Greece, Honduras, Iran, Korea, Nigeria, and Russia. Bosnia and Russia. That's a nice little duo for way up there. Those are usually like 2 of the first non-auto teams to go are Bosnia and Russia. That's been a little different this draft. Okay, now we're back down to Dave. Let's see who he has next on his list. Is Dave again? Yeah, Dave. Okay, so he took Ghana and Croatia. Russia's gone. Okay, so we got Nigeria. China's gone, Switzerland's gone, Bosnia's gone, Japan's gone, Australia's gone, Russia's gone, Nigeria, Costa Rica's gone, Korea. Alright, now let's go to Jesus. Who's next? Jesus is next. Okay, Costa Rica, Japan. Ecuador. Alright. Let's go to Brazil, Portugal, Ivory Coast, Belgium, France, Cameroon, Chile, Japan, Australia, Russia, Bosnia, Croatia, Ghana, Nigeria, Switzerland, Iran. Wow, that's different. Okay. Iran. Alright, Chris, you're up. And the three teams left are Algeria, Greece, and Honduras. Algeria, Greece, Honduras. That's the three that are left. Yeah, this is the farthest I've ever seen Greece drop. All right, man, Algeria or Honduras? So that's it. Algeria, Honduras are the only two left. Algeria and Honduras. Let me switch this here. And today is the 22nd. Let me just save that. There we go. Let me print it. Alright, and we're gonna go right into the case break. I'm not going to refresh so that everybody can see how this works. A bunch of people have been asking me how these drafts work, so I figured if I post a video of the whole entire thing, they can just look and figure it out. Alright, plus there are a bunch of people that weren't here, so they can see that we actually did random the draft spots. Anyway, 5/26, Friday, August 22nd. So it took us about 25 minutes to do the random. Here we go, everyone. Good luck. Here are the teams. Rick W. with the first pick. Portugal, Chile, Bosnia, and Russia for his 4. Dave came in at 2 and 3. Brazil, Ivory Coast, Croatia, Nigeria, and Argentina, Belgium, Ghana, and Korea. Nice 2 spots there. Jesus, Colombia, France, Costa Rica, and Ecuador. Sarah, I'm sure she'll be happy to get Germany in the 5 spot. Uruguay, Japan, and Iran. Chris, England, Mexico, Australia, and Greece. Mon, Italy, USA, Switzerland, and Algeria. Chris, Netherlands, Spain, Cameroon, and Honduras. Good luck to everybody. I'm not in this, so I'm just rooting for some real sick stuff. It's nice for once not to be in one of these breaks. I can actually just sit back and enjoy the show. Let's number them just for the heck. All right. Good luck, everyone. Box number 1. This is a 1490429. Yep. Oh, you know what? Let me adjust this. Yeah, and since this is a full case, we're going to do the 6 boxes at a time thing. I think 6 packs at a time. Make it go a little faster. Make some room here. All right, here we go. Now, I think I need to go a little further down on this camera. There we go. Good luck. See if there's a numbered card right off the bat. Nope, not. Nigeria. Team card. Netfinders. Gonzalo Higuain, Argentina. Guardians. Hugo Lloris of France. Boubacar Barry of the Ivory Coast. Mario Balotelli of Italia. Sounds like, I'm pretty sure he's a member of Liverpool now. All right, we got a blue. Is it a World Cup Stars? It is a World Cup Stars. Good luck, everyone. Let's see who it's for. It is Mr. Tim Howard of the United States of America. Goes to Mon. That 198 of 199. Very nice. Yeah, actually, I think this is one. Can't remember. I know you gave me a World Cup Stars, man. I can't remember though what color it was. I mean, a Tim Howard. I do know I have. I don't know if I have this one or not. It's getting to where I'm. Anyway, congratulations to Mon. Tim Howard, World Cup Stars. Yeah, I love those World Cup Stars, man. That's my thing, is the World Cup Stars. Yeah, the transfer window closes in what, like a couple weeks, a week, 10 days, something like that? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who, I haven't looked at the schedule. Anybody know who Chelsea plays tomorrow? I'm assuming they play tomorrow, because last week well, maybe they don't play tomorrow. They played on Monday, so maybe they don't play till Sunday. I don't know. Oh, that's 6 right there. World Cup stars, Steven Gerrard. Guardians, Ashmir Begovic of Bosnia. Rafa Marquez of Mexico. Mauricia Isla of Chile. Messi base. And just so everybody who is new in here, as far as these case breaks go, generally I only sort Messi and Ronaldo base. Lately, a couple people have been asking. I've been doing Neymar as well, but everything else you will just get random base cards. So it takes too long to sort the whole case. Plus, then you'll end up with a crap load of base cards from the same countries. And this way you can fill out sets. Man, these packs are weird today. Usually they come right apart, but these ones are like glued shut. Ooh. No, Man United, after that great preseason, but that's preseason, Vidal and Xavi Hernandez. Yeah, and on the top bottoms, we are going to just do one random. Host City, Belo Horizonte, for all the non-numbered cards. All the numbered cards will get their own individual random, but all the base and regular Prism top bottoms, they will be randomed once. Unless there's doubles, then each person will get one. Purple, Falcao, not a bad hit for Colombia. A purple Radamel Falcao, numbered 95 of 99. Congrats to Jesus. Yeah, you know, there's no rhyme or reason to these draft picks. You just got to get lucky. There's a little Ronaldo base. Didier Drogba, Cup Captains. There's Mr. Landon Donovan, Net Finders. All base. Netherlands, team card, red, white, and blue, Prism. Nice little one. Portugal, Argentina, red, and white, and blue, Prism. One will be randomed. Samuel Eto'o. Guardians, Muslera, Uruguay. Neymar, base. Martins Indy of the Netherlands, Prism. And no auto in box number 1, folks. Oops, my bad. Do there. Box number 2. Check the serial number on this in a second. 0795. Much better this box. Oh, still too thin. Cafu, World Cup stars. Rais Mbolhi of Algeria. So who did you end up winning in Suk's break today, Chris? Spahic of Bosnia. I presume you got the Aussies. Croatia. Here comes a purple, I think it's a team card. Oh, nice little team card for the Dutch. Who's got Netherlands? Chris in the number 8 slot. What were prices like today on eBay? Were they crazy again or not so bad? Purple team card. 3399. No way, Germany went for 25 bucks? Really? That's the lowest I've heard in a long time. Yeah, I wonder after that disaster yesterday if that's gonna, that's why I was pissed off or upset yesterday. First time I do a 6-box break and it's like the worst 6 boxes I've ever broken. And it was the first eBay 6-box break, so. I don't know, maybe after yesterday's break, everybody's like, damn. The thing is, I don't know, the thing about, I don't know if, do you know like what the auto count is on Sook's break today? I don't, because I've noticed like the ones like the ones that are new case tend to sell for a lot better. So if you don't put the auto count, I think they don't sell for as well. Drogba and Falcao. 4 autos out of 6 boxes or 4 autos out of 9 boxes? That's the thing. If you don't mention it, I think people tend to assume the worst usually. Barry, Guardians, or at least I do. Well, I usually will email and ask if it's not mentioned. Lucas Podolski. Karnezis, especially, you want to know who's hit, because if you hit like, you know, 2 English autos already, then you know chances of a like third English auto showing up are pretty much zilch. Algeria. Yeah, I mean that the auto count is important, but then obviously you know the country is also like particularly for those one auto countries. I mean, once you hit like an Hazard or a, you know, Nasri or a, you know, whatever, then you know. Although I guess you know there's more to the hits than just the autos, but that seems to be the last case had 7 autos. Yeah, that won't do you any good, man. Yeah, but that was a nice little. Yesterday's case, I mean, it was as bad as those first 6 boxes were. The last 6 boxes was a pretty nice 6-box break, and I knew that last box, the number was like way off. And when that happens, I mean, sometimes it's a little bit off, but it was pretty obvious it was going to be something good in there. And then it turned out to have a cracked ice and the Beckenbauer. Bugera. Itanje, Cameroon. It's a blue. Portugal. Pepe. Yeah, I felt bad. One guy yesterday, yeah, he paid $110 for Brazil in that 6-box break, and he paid like, he had 4 teams, but I think he paid like $80, like 80, 110, and like he was in it for like almost 350, $400 or something. Well, 350. Pepe, 110 of 199, and he really didn't hit. I mean, a bunch of inserts, but other than that, Lionel Messi, Iniesta. So I'm hoping I can make it up. Neymar, Manuel Neuer. No, it wasn't Oscar. Oh. No, it wasn't Oscar. It was Phil. His handle is Beaver Phil, but Oscar actually, I think Oscar did. What did Oscar do? Yeah, no, Oscar didn't have a lot in the 6-boxer. I think he had like Mexico. No, Oscar. No, Oscar had. Didn't Oscar win the? He had a bunch of like non-auto teams, and I think he won the random for the. Yeah, Oscar got 9 teams, but there was only like 1 or 2 auto teams in there. It was all mostly the lower priced, you know, like the $8, $9, $10 non-auto teams that were selling. But he did win the, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he did win the Hazard auto that I randomed myself. Edison Cavani. You know, I'm going to keep pulling crappy cases like that. I'm going to run out of autos. Moutinho. Mario Kempes, Argentina. Why, tomorrow night? Jack Wilshere. I don't know. It's sold out. I had it down for next week, but Pirlo and Gerard. I thought you guys wanted it next week, but if we can talk everybody into doing it this weekend, I guess we can. One thing that came up yesterday, Chris, I don't know if you'd be interested in this or not, but Dave, he's the guy who has 2 spots in this one. He wanted to asked me if I would do a hits draft And he said primarily the reason why he wants to do that is because he's trying to put together, the master sets and the various sets. And basically what that would do is, instead of drafting teams, we draft cards. So we do the same draft and then we start picking the cards that come out. So whoever had the first pick would get the case hit of the cards. I guess we could wait, put like a caveat if we hit like a crazy card over like $1,000 or something. I guess we could sell it or something. I don't know. Or wait till the random afterwards in case people want to make deals or something. But that's kind of, if you end up with the one pick, obviously it's basically gambling. So, darn, these things are like welded. I'm gonna have to use a Sook's method of using the scissors on this packs. Yeah, no, I think that's the thing. I think people are hesitant to. I did, the breaks that I did. There was like 6 people, and we did box drafts. So we, open up all the boxes, and then we draft the. We pick boxes. But anyway, that was. I got lucky enough to get the one pick, but the best card we pulled was a Neymar, so I ended up with the Neymar. But yeah, if you end up with like the 6 pick or the 5 pick, you're gonna get like a low-end auto basically. But it does kind of guarantee everybody to get an auto if there's only 6 people in it. Cellini and Ramos. Angel Di Maria. Samuel Eto'o. Oh, we have our first auto. Well, I was going to say we went through the first 2 boxes, no auto, so there's our first auto at least. All right, and here comes something shiny. Ew, there it is. It's a red Lovebird card. These suckers have been selling pretty well. These Host City numbered cards. Yeah, you don't like change. You like to do things normal, huh? Yeah, if you end up with the 8th draft spot in that one, that won't be good. 42. So it sounds like you guys don't think that is, as you Aussies put it, you are not keen on that, I take it. Host City, Salvador. There is Landon Donovan, shiny prism card. Cellini and Ramos. That's a duel, so matchups, but that means each will get 1. England, team card. Chicharito, Mexico, Netfinders. Ronaldo, base. Kakitani, Japan, red, white, and gold. Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football. Yeah, I heard somebody was saying that National Treasures basketball sucked. I was thinking if I ever try something other than this, maybe I'll give some basketball a try or something. But anyway, I forget if it was someone in here said that now they. Hey, Guang. Yeah, we're already 3 boxes in. Japan, team card. Oh, what? National Treasures basketball or what? Guardians, Iker Casillas. Yeah, I was thinking about basketball, but I heard like some bad things. People were saying, no, it's not worth it. Brazil, Hulk. Hit anything good in there or no? Yep, this is a full 12-box case. Brazil goes to Dave. Nope, the first auto is sitting there. Will be revealed in just a few minutes. 107 of 149. I don't know why these are upside down. Mesut Ozil of Germany. Fabio Cannavaro, Italia. Okay, come on, packs. It's like taking way too long to open these packs today. World Cup stars, Iker Casillas of Spain, red, white, and blue prism. Host City, Quaiba, red, white, and blue prism. Alan Zagoev, Russia, red, white, and blue. Blue, right, and red. Julio Cesar of Brazil, prism. There he is, Mr. Landon Donovan again, Cup Captains. Yeah, they have way too much Landon Donovan in this product. You know, you would think they'd put a little more James or something in there and a little less Landon Donovan, but... All right, here we go, folks. Oh, my goodness. Cha-ching! If you're going to get an auto, why get an auto? You know, if you're going to get an auto, you need to get a refractor auto, right? So, as you can see, very shiny. You see that shininess? You see all that shininess? That means refractor, so good luck. That makes this worth about 4 times your regular auto, sometimes more. So here we go. Is that who I think it is? That is. It's a Chilean refractor auto. Zamorano goes to Mr. Rick W. All right, let's see what he's numbered. You see his jersey number is 9, so that's who we want. We want 9 of 25, but we will settle for 1 of 25 or 25 of 25 also. So let's go. Should be a number coming up here anytime now. 17 of 25. Sorry. Still, about as nice a hit as you can get with Chile. Dang, who was it? Somebody gave me a list and had Chile fairly high, and then they moved Chile down at the last moment. I don't know if that would have made a difference or not, but I forget if it was, I forget whose list it was. But anyway, that is a, these all go for like 100 and, I mean, over $100. They usually go like, the cheap ones go for like 120, 140. Congratulations to Rick. Yep, Prism Autos are awesome. I love Prism Autos. I was lucky enough to hit one too, and it was right about as, well, you know, I hit a Cafu, which was kind of sucky because, but I did get a really good deal on a Tim Howard one that I bought, so I was really happy about that one. That one, I got a Tim Howard refractor for like $140 something, which I was real happy because they usually go for like over $200. 0437. Yeah, 150 is usually about the minimum for refractors. Speaking of refractor autos, I haven't kept an eye. Chris, how's your Pirlo doing? Have you been keeping an eye on that one? See how he's been moving along? I forget when. I think the auction ends on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if you don't get, you know, at least, I mean, you got to get at least, I don't know. I can't see him selling that for less than like $400. Yeah, we hit two Prism Autos in one of our cases right here. I forget who they were. In that, I think it was in that same case. Was it the one with the Charlton, or I think we hit a Mexican and the Charlton in the same one? But I have hit two Prisms in the same case. And I think like I've only hit Prisms like 3 or 4 times, and the one time I did hit it, there were 2 in one case. So out of like 5 Prisms I hit. There's another auto coming up there, folks. Netfinders, Eden Zeko. So as to not give anything away, I'm going to take a whole chunk of cards and put them over there. There's an auto in there somewhere. Guardians, Gianluigi Buffon. All right, purple, what is it? It's not a World Cup Stars. It's either, what is it, Guardians or Netfinders. It's a Guardians because I see some net there. Jasper Cillessen of the Netherlands. Netherlands doing all right with the purples so far. That's, I think, the second purple Netherlands card we've hit. First one was a team one. This one is a Guardians. 82 of 99. Portugal, Germany, matchups. Actually, you know what it was? It was the same, I remember now. It was the same one when I hit the Cafu. That's what it was. It wasn't Charlton. It was like Cafu and what was it? Cafu and a Mexican guy. It was either, was it Hugo Sanchez or was it Rafa Marquez? One of those guys. We need to hit a refractor like well, the best refractor we've hit so far has been the Charlton. We did hit a Suarez. We hit a what was the other one? Cafu. Now Zamorano. We need to up the quality of the refractors a little bit. Yeah, it was Marquez. That's who it was. Yeah, I think. There is a Netfinders Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo Prism. Eden Hazard, World Cup Stars. Lionel Messi, Base. Javier Mascherano, Red, White, and Gold. There's another Ronaldo Messi. So since we've hit two of these, the winner is going to get the Prism, the loser is going to get the base. So each person will get one of those. Host City, Manaus. World Cup Stars, Clint Dempsey. Ronaldo base. Come on. These packs are welded today. I don't know. It's hard to pay. What are Nani's going for? Like 30, 35 bucks, something like that. Yeah, I am. I always sort the Ronaldo. You paid for base shipment anyway, but yeah, I always sort the Ronaldo base. Ronaldo and Messi always gets sorted. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Tim Cahill, red. You have the auto. I mean, I personally prefer autos, but if you're trying to put together the master set, and if it's going to be 30 base cards that you need, in space inserts, then, that can save you a lot of time. Yeah, I mean, you're probably giving up about $5 worth of value, but, you're saving yourself. I mean, just imagine how many eBay auctions you have to do to get like 30 individual, cards that you need. So it's one of those that probably makes sense for both. 22 of 149, but purely dollar-wise, you'll probably get more for the auto than for, Ivory Coast and Colombia. I'm pretty sure one of you guys already has that, if not both of you. Uruguay. I've seen like these darn Tim Cahill numbered cards coming in like they're going out of style. Edison Cavani, red, white, and blue prism. Yeah, then I would say, what the heck? That's not a bad deal. And especially if you need it. Like I said, value-wise, who knows? But I don't know. I mean, how much do you think you can get for a Nani auto these days? Just imagine, you sell a Nani auto, if you get like even 40 bucks for it, by the time you pay eBay and get the fees, you're going to end up with like $35 if you're lucky. Just think, are you going to be able to buy all those cards specifically for $35? How long is it going to take you? So then, even more so. So imagine you probably sell it for 35 and you'll clear 30. Keylor Navas. And then how are you going to get those 30 cards for $30 unless you're really, lucky? Portugal. That's why trades like that, they make sense for everyone. Because, people who like the autos get the auto. Aerial Assault. Neymar. Shiny card. You can always ask for him to throw in an extra couple. Can't hurt. Cup Captains. Dario Serna. So yeah, throw in an extra whatever, Because some people only like autos, or with me, I pretty much only collect autos and numbered inserts. I don't do the base inserts. Ashmir Begovic of Bosnia. All right, let's go this way. All right, this one's not a refractor, but it is an auto. See who it is, folks. Good luck. Look at that. 8 people had a shot at the Netherlands, and 8 people passed on the Netherlands. Left it for Chris in the 8th slot. Good luck. Mr. Bald-Headed Arjen Robben, the dive master. Yep, nice hit. So far, I got to say, the quality of the autos in this case so far has been muy bueno compared to yesterday. Other than the very last case hit that we had with the Beckenbauer. Nope, can't forget the dive master, especially after he did that to my boys, Mexico. We had people here crying in the streets. Yeah, Van Basten is the best one. Although Gullet's been moving, Gullet started off like Gullet was selling for 70, 80. Van Basten was like 110, 120. And lately, Gullet's been like 120, 130. Van Basten's been like 160, 170. So prices have gone up. 04. Still a 149, but the number might be a little bit off on this one. I don't know. Yeah, the Gullet goes for decent money. I've hit quite a few Gullets. I've only hit one Van Basten. I think we've hit like 3 or 4 Gullets. But yeah, like I said, at first Gullets were selling for under $100, but I haven't seen him sell for under like 120, 130 lately. Yeah, and 6 autos. Yeah, and there's really no crappy autos. It's not like with the U.S. you have like Altidore and you have Lawless. And then with even with England, I guess Sturridge. Lampard and Gerrard are solid. Sturridge is okay. He's actually picked up a little bit. But yeah, with the Netherlands, you really don't have any lousy autos. The worst is like Wesley Schneider or something, and he's still pretty darn good. Check IM. Oh no, for JML. Okay, sorry. I thought you wanted me to check my IM. Lionel Messi, Argentina. Socrates Papastopoulos of Greece. Cup captains, Claudio Bravo of Chile. Guardians, Kawashima of Japan. We have something red, I think. Is it red matchups? There he is, Mr. Forlan and Mr. Landon Donovan. Now you see that one, because it is a numbered matchups, that will get randomed individually. So that will not be part of the mass random. So that will get its own special personal random. However, all other Prism and regular base matchups will be randomed in one big swoop. Make sure I not leave any numbered cards that need to be. Alright. So far, got an auto for Chris and an auto for Rick. The 1 slot and the 8 slot. So you guys excited for the weekend? I know I am. Some more English Premier League action. This is like prime weekend for fantasy football. I'm probably going to do a bunch of drafts to prepare. Just so you guys know, I am going to be not breaking from September 3rd through September 16th. So there's going to be a 2-week period there where I am going to not be breaking. I am going to be going to Vegas